Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Talks with Hunter. So, I have a good one for you today. We're going to talk about how Patrick Bet-David went on the Bill Maher podcast and absolutely dominated Bill Maher in every discussion. Bill Maher tried to change the subject multiple times. He went off on tangents about history. Don't get me wrong, I love history, but at the same time, when PBD was asking him straightforward questions, he wasn't able to answer any of them when it came to politics. Honestly, I lost a lot of respect for Bill Maher. I thought he was more centralist, but he's not. He clearly showed on that podcast that he is 100% on the far left. His ideations, his logic behind things just wasn't there. He couldn't argue. He didn't have a script in front of him, so he couldn't argue any points because he had no points. But let's go into the videos, and we'll talk about each clip that comes up. Let's get into it.
This is the problem we're having right now with Trump and Biden. Trump, of course, is even more demented and full of dementia. But they're around the same. But Biden wears it horribly. He shuffles and he looks fucking old as dirt.
You
and
said Trump is more dementia than Biden?
Yes.
You didn't just say that. You said
Trump. Oh, you like Trump more than Biden?
No.
I mean, you can.
In the area of dementia, there's a lot of things you could say. Did you really?
Did you see what Trump said this weekend?
Yeah, the whole thing about Nancy Pelosi and Nikki Haley.
Right.
And then he, somehow, some way, everybody from the media comes out and says, no, that wasn't Nikki Haley who shut down and controlled security. It was Nancy, Pelosi. But to say dementia between the two, I'd be like, look, Biden, you listen to 100 speeches, you can't even, he can't even go through his speeches.
Yeah, this whole subject, I feel like, is kind of the red herring of the election. It never engages me that much because, I know who Biden is and I know who Trump is. We've both seen them a lot. And, yeah, they're both not at their life's peak for them. And it's sort of baked in, and I don't think, does it really make me think that it's affecting how Biden makes decisions and runs the country? No, it's not.
So let's stop it there. Does anybody truly think that Trump has more memory issues than Biden? I'm going to play a couple of clips of just Biden speaking.
If you don't have a game plan, he may have a game plan. He just hasn't shared it with me. But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed. We talked about at the conference overall, we talked about stability. We talked about making sure that the third world, the Southern Hemisphere had access to change it, had access. It wasn't confrontational at all. He came up to me.
Thank you, everybody. This ends the press conference. Thanks, everyone.
Thank you. Now, we need to evolve our institutions and drive creative new partnerships. Let me be clear. Certain principles of our international system are sacrosanct. Simply put, the 21st century results are badly needed. They're needed to move us along. Work together with China on issues where progress hinges on our common efforts. Nowhere is that more critical than accelerating the climate crisis, than the accelerating climate crisis. And we brought Israelis and Palestinians together at a political level at Aqaba and as well as Shram. Yes. And as I affirmed to Prime Minister Netanyahu yesterday.
You can't even understand what he's saying. He just comes up with words and he just spits them out as he's going. It's crazy. And this is the typical far left argument that Trump is demented. He did mess up that one time. I will give Bill Maher that he did mess up that one time. It wasn't Nikki Haley. It was Nancy Pelosi. But still, if we look at copious amounts of clips of Joe Biden, he's clearly incompetent. He has no idea where he's at a majority of the time. He can't even, he literally can't even finish a sentence. That's how bad it is. This is a clear case of somebody who just absolutely despises Trump. He doesn't care about his policies. He just doesn't like him as a person, so he's automatically going to go vote for Biden. How does that make sense? Vote for policies. Vote for somebody who would actually do a decent job. But at the same time, I kind of agree. Why are we putting 80-year-olds into office when a majority of them can't even drive on the roads? They're running our country, but yet you can't trust a majority of 80-year-olds to drive a car. That, to me, it just doesn't make sense.
He doesn't look good running for president. He doesn't look good, publicly as president. That's not the important part of being president. The important part of being president is the decisions you make in small rooms where there aren't people around to look at you stutter, and where you're not as nervous, and where you don't have to make a speech. You can just listen to advisors and use your wisdom. That's the key part of being president.
You think he does that?
Biden, yes, absolutely.
You really believe he does that?
What do you mean you really believe? Like it's like a cannibal. Yes, people really believe it. Like half the country thinks he's done a pretty good job. Being fair, giving what you're dealt with as president and then where we are. Really? What is so hard to believe, excuse me, about I think Biden did a good job? Because the economy went in the toilet? Because we're losing a lot of our own troops overseas? No. Things are fucking good.
You think things are good?
Oh, Jesus.
So, Bill, that's the part.
What are you worth?
What am I worth?
Yeah.
I was worth plenty before Biden. Biden didn't do the money for me.
What are you worth now? Ballpark.
$100 million.
Few $100 million. Yeah. But you're bitching things aren't good.
I'm not bitching. I'm not.
You said things aren't good.
Well, no, I'm not sitting here for me. My life's going to be good no matter who the president is. I'm not sitting here worried about my life. I don't think I think you were fine under Trump. I think you're going to be fine under Bush. I think you're going to be fine under Obama. I think you're going to be fine no matter who. So there's going to be a percentage of people, no matter who is president, they're going to be fine.
I take your point.
Yeah.
So I like how PBD broke that down. He's obviously very wealthy. So is Bill Maher. They have nothing to worry about. But why is Bill Maher arguing that everything is great, but he can't describe one thing? He's not considered the middle class. The middle class is getting destroyed right now. I went over that in my last video. It's crazy how he thinks that everything is good. Everything is fantastic. Everybody always brings up the stock market. Of course, the stock market is going to be at an all-time high when you keep injecting money into it. That's what I don't understand the logic behind this thinking. And they have zero facts to back it up. Bill Maher has zero facts to back it up. Every argument that he does, he tries to change the subject, just like he did there. Well, how much are you worth? Obviously, PBD is very wealthy, but he knows that, and he knows that he's not struggling, but he knows that other people are struggling. Bill Maher doesn't care. He knows that he's wealthy, so he's just like, oh, well, how much are you worth? Come on, dude. Let's get back to the videos.
Do you like the format? Do you like our current format, the way we have it with debates?
Oh, they're ridiculous. I mean, they're not debates. They give you've seen them. It's at the beginning especially, it's very much like, reality TV, where there's a bigger field at the beginning and you kind of weed out the true losers. But at the beginning, to get attention, it's a lot of, coming up with the zinger or some sort of gotcha thing. Mm-hmm. Joe Biden was for busing or against it or whatever it was back then and why. It's just stupid shit, performative. And then, the people make their choices, and I don't think they really make them on the ideas or what the candidate is saying, because I don't think they think government can really accomplish what it says it's going to do anyway. So they're using that kind of discussion of the issues as just a barometer to see, does the guy look like he can lie to us, which he's going to do, but also do the right thing? Can he thread that needle like Obama did and all the really good politicians, Reagan and Clinton? Can he generally keep the shit to shoe level and make good decisions? And I don't like everything, but, Jesus, These two guys.
You know what? I actually kind of agree with Bill Maher on this point about the debates. It's literally just a show. It's a circus up there. I did think that Vivek Ramaswamy did actually a very good job to show that he's not establishment. And that's what we need, is somebody that's not establishment. I think Trump has some establishment in him, but I do like the point that Trump came out and started pointing the establishment out to people. He kind of turned his back against them, but at the same time, I still think he is somewhat establishment. But these debates are crazy because they come out and they say all this stuff that they are never going to do, all these false promises, and we don't hold them accountable. These are the politicians that we elect. We need to hold them accountable. If they make a promise, they need to keep that promise. It's integrity. They need to keep this integrity.
So when Trump was becoming 2016, when he was going to be president, everybody said World War III is going to get started. Do you trust him with the nuclear button? What if he starts this? What if he starts that? Everybody's like, oh my God, end of the world, war is coming. Everybody was worried about it. This guy's going to be a dictator. That's all mainstream media ever talked about. Then he's president, 2.5 years. Nothing. COVID then happens. Of course, things change. It was a surprise to everybody. 0 wars, 0 issues. ISIS disappears. Temperature for war is down. Economy is doing well. Everybody's happy. COVID happens. Rather than choosing to, put the onus and the responsibility on China, what do? We put it on Trump. Trump's the enemy. Then America gets more and more and more divided. When 9/11 happened, we didn't say it's Bush's fault. We said 9/11, except for Michael Moore. When 9/11 happened, we didn't say it's Bush's fault. 9/11 happened, we said the enemy's out, America united. So I think we had an opportunity to be united during COVID. I think we missed the mark by picking on that guy. And then it was, you're a Democrat, you're a Republican, I'm supposed to hate you. And then there was division. Then Biden gets elected, and everyone's like, this guy's gonna be the president of peace. Really? Yeah, okay, cool, let's see. He's gonna be the one that's gonna bring peace. Shambles with Afghanistan. Then you got Ukraine and Russia. Then you got Israel and Hamas.
Okay, I get it. You're on the red team. I don't have a team like
It's not
this.
about the red team.
It really is, because it's like, it's so easy to pick apart Afghanistan. I feel like that's such a bullshit one. Yeah, did they stick the landing? No, they didn't. They did not stick the landing on Afghanistan. I'm not 1,000,000% sure that it would have gone differently. However they did it, whoever did it. But no, probably somebody could have done it in a more efficient way. What I know is he was the one who had the guts to do it, which needed to be done. Nobody else would rip off the Band-Aid. But it just in general, these sort of like
Trump was going to do it in May, and he was going to do it in a different way. So let me ask a question a different way with you.
Okay, but this rosy picture of Trump that you paint, I again, I don't know why it has to be so red team, blue team. I'll give you that the worst things that could have happened under Trump did not. You're right. He did not nuke a hurricane as he once proposed or thought about. That alone should be scary enough that he considered it. There are good people around him. I'm glad there's good people around him who will convince him that you can't nuke a hurricane. But that is the kind of stable genius you think was a good president or you want back there. That doesn't keep you up at night. So, did he do that? No. Doesn't mean he wouldn't in the future. He's insane in a lot of ways, truly insane. And yes, the economy, not a hard thing to do if you do that kind of Republican, tax slashing of the richest. It does put a lot of money in society. Of course, they get most of it back. But Biden's the one who had the harder job, which was making sure the economy didn't crash after the pandemic, which I thought it would. I said, how can you spend $6 trillion, more than we spent on World War II, in just a couple of years, and soft landing? I mean, I could give you the stats, but if Trump was president, you don't think he would be bragging about this economy?
Soft landing. Like I said before, the only people that are saying the soft landing has happened are the feds and the rich. Everybody else is just getting absolutely destroyed. This is clearly somebody who has Trump derangement syndrome, and he only sees red whenever he sees Trump. He doesn't open his mind to both sides. He can say that he is a libertarian all he wants to, but clearly, just from this video, I can tell that he does not have open opinions about anything. He is clearly a liberal, but he's just in disguise, and he can follow a script on his show. It's crazy. It's insane because he's got no talking points, and then when PBD, he starts bringing up facts, he's like, oh, well, no, anybody could say that kind of stuff. Come on, dude. Like, this is the way that you lose arguments, is not being informed, and this is the way that the left argues a lot, is that they don't like facts. They only care about what they feel. Come on.
Do you like Newsom? How do you feel about Newsom?
Had him on my show Friday.
I saw that.
And I first of all, I love him. You just like a guy or you don't. I've known him for a long time. He's done my show for a long time. Do I love everything he does as the governor of California? No, I don't. I wouldn't say I'm undertaxed. Yeah, I have issues with this state. He's a guy. One reason I want him to run for president, well, is because he's obviously a winner. This guy could fucking do it. It's insane that we have the guy, but we can't run him because we have to tiptoe around Biden. And
define a winner.
Well, he would win the election.
Oh, so
he would win the election.
So he's a talented debater, speaker, communicator, deflector.
And politician. And he's a smart guy. He's a smart, real guy with a pair of balls. Do I love everything? No, you never do with a politician. But first of all, I think if he ran for president, it'd be great because it would force him to move to the center. Now you're running not just in California. I mean, this is California. It's weirdo, Will.
Are you a results-driven guy?
No, I like to watch things fall apart.
I mean,
of course
you wouldn't build a show that you build and win at the levels you won, for decades if you weren't results-driven, right? I mean, you're Bill Maher.
What do you mean? Well, what's the point about results?
That's exactly where I'm going with you. So results-driven guy.
Right.
What areas has Newsom won in? You said he's a winner.
Winner of the election. He could win the election.
But based on what, though? Do you want results? Like, what has he done to California to say he's a winner?
Oh God, I don't know. It's too.
Bill, you're a smart guy.
You know what? He made it rain. Okay, dude. It wasn't raining.
Someone who said that. He said, "Great job."
It wasn't raining, and now it's raining. So he's got my vote.
Okay,
you know what?
Respect. I mean, he.
I don't know. I don't follow the news. That's a character
Bill,
I play on television.
Don't deflect. You're a very smart guy. You're a very smart guy.
It's a character. I actually live with my delicate wife, Sue, and our 8 homeschooled children. We just had twins, Sean and Hannity.
See, this is the problem with the left. PBD asks him a straightforward question and says, hey, define a winner. Why do you think Gavin Newsom should be president? And then he goes in to explain, would you want a show that is failing? And Bill Maher says, well, no, I could get 200 views if I was dead. And let's look at California. California had over 800,000 people leave last year alone. All these businesses are shutting down because there's so much crime in California. There's so much debt in California that it's ridiculous. That's what will happen to this country if Gavin Newsom gets to be the president. And he says, oh, he's a winner. Why? How is he a winner? Just because you like his character? He debated Sean Hannity, which Sean Hannity reads from a prompter. Of course he's going to lose that. Gavin Newsom is a politician. That's what he does for a day job, is he debates people. His policies are terrible. California is in the gutter. Why do people think that Gavin Newsom would be a good president? Because he's a Democrat. And this is what Bill Maher is advertising as far as what his view is. He can say all he wants to because of his show, but his show is scripted, so he reads from a prompt. But when it comes down to actual arguments, he can't answer a single one. Not a single argument. But this is the way our society has gotten. It's just all out of hand. I'm just tired of it. I'm tired of what people like Bill Maher do. They don't look at facts. They don't base anything off of policy. They base everything solely off, I'm a Democrat. I'm voting for Democrat. We need to change that. That's what needs to change in our society is we need to vote solely off of policy, not Republican or Democrat. That's how we get to be better as a society. Vote off of policy. Don't vote off of I'm Republican, I'm Democrat. That's how society loses. That's how America ends up being destroyed. Well, that's all I have for today. Thank you all guys for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe. It really helps out the channel. If y'all have anything y'all want me to talk about, just leave it in the comment section, and I'll see you all in the next one.